Hey everybody, this is actually take two of the video. So it's been a couple of weeks since the last video. Not much has really changed. It's been super cold up here, snowed like crazy. I guess everybody had to deal with that. The plants in the room, in the aquarium room, are doing real good. As you can see, this thing is again blooming, I guess, with those crazy bird flowers. The cactus are always doing pretty good for cactus. I mean, I don't really live in Arizona or anything, and if you can see in there, there's like a baby cactus in there. I can't see because I'm down low and I'm just putting the camera up top of the shelf here. Okay, then over here, this guy is, again, he's growing and he's just like, whoa, you know what I mean? So he's doing pretty good. At the avocado tree, once again, just mocks me because it does, like, it looks like it's doing really good, right? I mean, look at that thing. It's doing really good. But we never see avocados. So let's start with the tanks. So here's the 20s up top. I got those two or three little purple plants that are doing pretty good. They haven't really been growing too much, but they do look pretty healthy, so that's good. It's got a lot of shrimp in there. The snails are killing me. I was going to crush them, but I felt bad, so I let them slide a little bit. But eventually they have to meet their demise. The plants are always doing real, like it's really been getting crazy with the plants, as you can see. It's just like really doing, like look at that leaf up there. That's a big leaf. So then we go across. Here's the other 20, which also the plants in here, these were like original, those aquatic plants. I had bought them and they went from like one tank to another tank. They died, they came back, they died. Now they seem to be, I mean, you see like this one right here, right? Everything's doing pretty good. Oh, and then there's like that guy. Then there's that one that's doing pretty good. Those guys doing pretty good. And then all those roots and stuff from those crazy pothos ones. Then going to the right here, another 20. This one's a little disgusting because of the algae. And this one's just got a couple of those plants, those purple plants. I forgot what they were called. And it's got a bunch of roots up there. This one, though, I did catch a planaria guy floating around in the glass, and I wiped him up with a little paper towel not to mash him. But I'm pretty sure there's other planaria in there, so I might have to. Actually, I think I might put a heater in it and throw a couple of guppies in there, because guppies seem to really clean any living things off the glass. And then we go down to the 55s, and what do we got here? Let me see. Am I backing out? Can I back out? I can go. I can zoom in and I can zoom out. Okay. So the 55s, you got the two fatties. Everybody just ate, so that's why everybody's kind of like really chubby. They're doing real good, these guys inside here. Go across. And we got, again, I'm sorry about the filthy tanks, but we got all the crazy little guppy guys. And they're just all craziness. Then if we go down again to the next 55 down here, this is our, those guys, little puffer guys. You see one guy back there, another guy back there, a little guy back over there, couple of guys back in there, somebody under the filter. There might be a guy hanging out, I can't see. I guess he's like down in there. But anyways, oh, here's another guy right there. These guys are doing real good, and the little guy, there's one guy under the filter, there's another guy right there, and there is a, there's the little guy who's actually growing pretty big now, and we'll move over to this one. Okay, so this is the, like the original, the original Corys, and it's got a bunch of guppies in there. But this one was, I'm not sure if one of the videos I was talking about, making these little cages for the roots of the pothos. So I actually just put a quick little envelope one together just to slide some of the dead. They were actually dead, these pothos ones. And I'm not exactly sure, but if you look at this one here, you can see that leaf is like, you see it's like brand new, and it's pretty, you know, when they have that really shiny, almost look fake plastic, you know they're healthy. So I think that it's a good idea to do that. So we might have to do that. And then we go across again. This is the 90 that's just got the last of the bulbs and the Tetra guys. And there's just, you know, there's plants just going crazy out of that too. I'll go across a little bit here. Underneath there, that's just an empty 29. And then this was another part that was really starting to just go crazy. Like look at this pothos plant. It's just not, you know, and the craziest thing is, I think it was originally it's just one plant. You know what I mean? It's actually, if you look, there's actually two root balls that were the original. That's the pothos, and this one is it's also pothos, I think, but it's this thinner stuff, like this smaller stuff. But you can just see how, I mean, it's just going crazy. Like, look at the, I don't want to screw it up with the lights, but anyway, so that's doing really good. So this is the cattle ranch once again, which I don't know if you can see that little guy there, right? But I think that little guy right there, where did he go? There he is. This little guy right here. I don't think I put him in there. I think these guys are the guys that I put in last. And you see, they're like that big, right? That big. But then obviously you see these big guys. Those are the original guys that are in here. And I know this also has tons of algae, but if you look, you see that, right? You see what's on the glass right here, right? So now these guys and girls are already starting to look back there. There's more. Zoom in there. You see that, right? There's more eggs right there. And those I know are the Cory eggs, because they're not. There's no snails in here. And the only snails in here is there's an assassin snail in there somewhere. Okay, so we'll cruise across. And then these are the mollies. These are, I would call them calico mollies, because they just look, all right, man, I know, calm down. And they're doing real good too. There's a gazillion trumpet snails, if you see. But I don't actually mind the trumpet snails, because they don't, if you notice, the roots are starting to take pretty good, which I don't want to mess with it yet. And then we'll go across to the cattle ranch where the breeding is usually, all the eggs are, and these guys have to get moved out of here too, because they're starting to get too big, so they gotta go. And if we go across to the 135, now this is the molly tank. Let me get back up a little bit, I guess. That's the molly tank. And of course it's algae ridden, I'm sorry. But they also are doing exceptionally well. And I didn't say anything about it because I was a little stumped by it and I wasn't exactly sure what was going on. But I had a small bout of, I mean, you can see there's little guys, you know what I mean? So they're actually having babies as we've been going. I love those black and white Dalmatian-y guys, like they're really cool. They had a small bout of, I'm not even sure what it was. it was some kind of fungus or something that was on them, on just a few of them, and it seemed to attack the older, like the mature ones, like the big fat ones, like that one right there. See that big fat guy right there? Nothing's wrong with that one, but the other, and that big fat one right there, nothing wrong with it. But I was getting this white, almost like it started out, not ick. It was not ick. I know everybody's gonna say, oh, it's white spots, it's ick. It was not ick, because I had that before, and I took care of it, and I know what that was. Ick made my fish look like sugar crystal, candy. Like they look like rock candy when they had ick. But this was not ick. This was like a fungus or a bacteria or whatever. And I wasn't sure what it was from, but it ended up, basically it worked its way through the, whatever you want to call it, the colony. And I lost a couple of the bigger guys that were, like the original ones. But it seems to have subsided. I think there might be one or two guys that still have a little bit of it left on them, but it seems to be going away now, which is really good. And I don't know what it was, but it was like a white, it started out as white like spots, but almost like a fungusy, not cottony, but just like and it ended up being where it progressed into where it was like a lesion on their skin, like, you know what I mean? Like you could actually see the raw pink flesh of the fish underneath in getting almost like being exposed. And then they, after a day or two, they would just be dead, and I would be like, what the hell is going on? But it seemed to work its way through, so thank God for that. Then if we go to this middle guy here, then these guys are just all the two silver dollars and all the misfits of the of the rest of them. And down there is just 2 10-gallons that are just sitting there with the filters. They're just collecting algae. So what we're gonna do is, everybody in here just got fed. I just wanted to show you this in the cattle ranch, how crazy this pothos is. Just, I mean, it's just going nuts. It's popping out of this top thing here. You know what I mean? Like, look at this. It's all just crazy, right? And if you look and see this thing here, let me get close. See that thing there? It snapped, it died or snapped in one of the other tanks, and I threw it down in there and put it up. I don't know if you can see, but it goes up behind the tank. But if you look down in there, look at the roots going crazy in there too. And this tank has nothing in it. Well, I threw like a dead fish in there. In one of the mollies, I think, died. I actually threw it in there. But there's nothing in there but the filter and the handful of trumpet snails I threw in there too. And those roots just going crazy. Look at that. That's so, and it goes up behind the tank and it comes out over there, which is so. I just wanted to, and this is that crazy plant. So what we're going to do is possibly tomorrow, if I get some time, I'd like to clean the tanks, and I'd like to prune all of this stuff and take all of the shoots or prunings or whatever you want to call them, and add them to all the tanks that don't really have a lot of plants in them right now. And if I have to, I'll add those little cages, like in that one there, to save the roots from it. See, like the Cory guys really don't touch them. It's the guppies. It's pretty much everybody else. Oh, and the guys, the little puffer guys don't really touch them either. Also, what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna throw this on pause for 1 second, because we're gonna go outside and feed the guys in the pond. So give me 1 second. All right. So now we're outside in the back, and Fathead's going to the bathroom while he's out in the back doing his business. We'll take a walk over here, and we'll add some of this pond food for these guys. And usually they'll be around here somewhere. I'll let them. Let's see. Also, they got their little wood-burning stove now. You see that? They actually have a wood-burning stove in here. And it's beautiful. It keeps it so warm in here, it's amazing. So, where are they? There they are. Everybody's hanging loose. We might see them start to come up to the top and grab the food when they notice it. Oh, there they go, right? He's already came up. There's another guy there. These guys are all doing pretty good too. Every once in a while I see one or two of them, well, what you call it? Like I might see one or two of them flash, you know? But it doesn't last all that long. They kind of do it, and then it's kind of like they stop for whatever, for like a week or something, and then all of a sudden it'll just be like, next thing you know, I'll be out here, I'm watching them, and of course out of the corner of my eye I'll see like one of them, you know, it looks like he flashed like, and I'm like, oh no, now what? So I try to always, you know, I change the water and stuff, and it's got those filters going. And they're making it through the winter, which is incredible. They didn't freeze to death because of the stove. So I guess we're going to, like I said, if we can survive the winter, I think I'm going to put these guys in a pond, or maybe even get them settled into a new home. And here's these huge guys over here. They're monsters. That's a big guy. That's a big guy right there. I love that platinum one, and this white guy is pretty cool too. But that platinum guy, he was so tiny when I got him, and he actually had a problem when they were inside. When I had first gotten my tanks inside, brought them in for the winter the first time when they were super little guys. I brought them in. And I didn't know what I was doing, and the water was starting to get too much like ammonia or nitrates or whatever, and one guy didn't make it. Another guy got really like what you call it? He got like a curved spine, I think, and so did that platinum guy right there. As a matter of fact, that platinum guy was pretty bad. He couldn't even move. He couldn't even swim. He was just laying on the bottom for a long time. And I would try to throw food down, and I ended up getting food that would sink down to him, like those little sinking pellets. And he would try to eat, and because his back was so like twisted, he would try to move his tail, but he would just spin around like in a circle almost. But I changed, you know, I finally I got my wits about myself and figured out, yeah, you got to change the water, you got to get a filter, you got to do this, you got to do that. So as soon as I got hip to all of that, he came back And same thing with those, the white one and the calico guy they were really tiny. And they all came back. My big guy, he didn't make it one day. I think I might have told you in another video, I think I actually killed him myself by letting the water stay on all night, and just cold water during the summer. I just wanted to cool the pool off a little bit, and I ended up leaving it on all night long. And when I got up in the morning, they were like almost like hibernating all of a sudden. I was like, oh no. So that kind of sucked. And a couple of days later, he went, and a couple of the goldfish guys didn't make it. But these guys did make it, and they're doing okay. So we're going to try to keep it going. So anyway, so that was our little update. Hopefully, I will make another one in a couple of days. Oh, you know what? I'll try to make another video after I clean the tanks and get the pothos plants all pruned and stuff. All right, see everybody later.